This is the best golf course in the whole of Africa.
The women are good people, they're humble, they're welcoming. What is it that you think is what makes Akwa Ibom women different?
Akwa Ibom women, we are beautiful. That's exceptional. Number two, we can cook.
At one of the hilltops of Ibom Golf Course, you can see I'm panting already and already sweating, but this is one of the advantages of playing golf. Akwa Ibom didn't just start on its own. Akwa Ibom was part of Cross River State before it eventually was created to be a state of its own.
In case you don't know, Akwa Ibom, we can enter motto of life for hero and land for UYO.
One of the benefits of being a travel documentary creator is getting to see and experience cities across the world and exploring their unique attributes, ranging from their foods, culture, people, landmark, etc.
Africa is a beautiful place to be, and one of the best places to be in Nigeria is Akwa Ibom. And here is UYO, the capital city of Akwa Ibom. For how long have you been golfing in this course?
I've been golfing for the last 5 years.
Wow. So what's one of the advantages of being a golfer, of golfing?
Yeah, this is one exercise you may not like to miss. Some days when you play 4 times in a week, imagine you're walking about 16,000 steps in a day.
What? 16,000?
16,000 steps in a day. So imagine how your system
will look like.
And we don't get sick. In as much as we continue to play golf there, the advantage of this is that it enables you to walk.
What's one of the advantages of the golf course to tourism in Akwa Ibom State?
Yeah, this is the best golf course in the whole of Africa. Ibom is one of the major tourist attractions in Akwa Ibom State. Kudos to Obama Wata, who brought the idea.
At one of the hilltops of Ibom Golf Course, you can see I'm panting already and already sweating, but this is one of the advantages of playing golf. As you can see, over there, it's a beautiful scenery. I think everybody needs to experience this firsthand. You can see those still playing golf over there. Those are members of the golf course here. And then if you look further down, I'm told that's Calabar. So it means that you can actually, one thing to understand about Akwa Ibom as a state is the fact that Akwa Ibom didn't just start on its own. Akwa Ibom was part of Cross River State before it eventually was created to be a state of its own called Akwa Ibom State. Over there, like I said, is Calabar. So we are still here at the golf course of Ibom Hotel. So, and I think what I'm seeing here is really amazing, beautiful sceneries that I think you need to experience. So for tourists all across the world, tourists in different parts of Africa, tourists in different parts of Nigeria, this is a place to be.
Ibom Beach stretches along the Atlantic coastline for about 45 kilometers from Ibom to Jamestown.
One thing I love about Akwa Ibom is the fact that they are happy people and they are people who are also very welcoming. Here at the Beach, I know the beach is here to be explored to its full potential. But if you look over there, you can see people who are trying to have a good time for themselves, are trying to just make fun out of where there is almost nothing. And that's what makes it even good. That's what makes it better.
It is well known for being the longest beach in the West African region and a popular travel destination.
Tell us about this Ibeno Beach.
Ibom Beach is a very nice place to be at. Like, it's a very peaceful place to get.
Okay.
So you find peace here, you find love here, you find everything fun here. So this place is a very nice place, and people from so many places, they come here just to experience the fun around this place. So Ibom Beach is a very nice place, a very sweet place. So please, if you have anyone around that wants to go on a tourism or something, please let this Ibom Beach be the first place.
It's important to note that Eastern Obolo has a couple of beaches, and all of which are very rich in nature. There is a popular Cashew beach at Eastern Obolo, and then this Cashew beach is about 20 minutes from the Eco Town riverbank. It has abundance of cashew and almond trees. It is a perfect getaway destination if you dislike noise and want to soak yourself in the quietness of nature. But it is important that you know that Eastern Obolo is a local government of its own, which is one of the 31 local government areas in Akwa Ibom State. The Elekpon Okorete Blue Beach in Eastern Obolo is a fishing settlement by the Atlantic Ocean. Just an amazing place for you to enjoy the ambience of nature. The mysterious Green River in Ikotakpa. This mysterious Green River is tucked in the tranquil bushes and slopy sand footpaths of Ikotakpa in Ibesikwa Asuton local government area of Akwa Ibom State. It is a sparkling green river with creepy awesomeness and beauty. In fact, I came across an article where a writer once described the Green River as looking like something out of a dream, in a calming atmosphere. The peaceful flow and the soft whizzing winds, along with the sophisticated ambience that is both healing and nostalgic, is what greets you the moment you accost this mysterious Green River. One of the mysteries of this river, according to those who live around, they say while the water inside resembles an endless sheet of green silk, it is colorless when you scoop into a glass. And you know what? The sandbank around and within is white. If you scoop the water, as green as it looks at the bank, you scoop the water, it remains, pure, just like normal water. Those who visited the Green River can attest to the fact that it is not only a choice destination for tourists and writers alone, but also a site that needs to be studied by experts who may want to discover the hidden treasures within its boundaries. It is very pertinent to note that you cannot talk about Akwa Ibom without mentioning Ikotekpene. Ikotekpene houses some of the historic stories that you can never think about in Nigeria. As a matter of fact, Ikotekpene has what we call the Ikotekpene British colonialists that was created at Ikot Ekpene Division in 1951 to make the administration of the local population easier. It resonates actually with the white man and the colonialists who colonized Nigeria at the time. As a matter of fact, it is Nigeria's first local government council and was established as an experiment in the then British West Africa.
It was established before they get the first local government. And this place was the first local government in the southeast of West Africa, called Ikot Ekpene.
The area is also known for its raffia products. If you have seen some of my videos here, I spoke to one of the raffia makers, told me a lot of things about the raffia and the efficacy of raffia to Ikot Ekpene.
This is Ikot Ekpene Raffia Market.
Welcome to Ikot Ekpene, one of the most popular cities in Akwa Ibom. This town actually borders the likes of Port Harcourt, Aba, Calabar, and so many other cities, that borders Akwa Ibom State. And that's what makes Ikot Ekpene one of the most, a focal point in the history of Akwa Ibom State. Here in Ikot Ekpene, they are known for their raffia works, and that's what we want to take you through so that we can talk to some of these persons who engage in these businesses so that they can tell us what the experience looks like. Raffia City, that's what Ikot Ekpene is known for.
Yes.
Why is it actually called Raffia City?
Okay. The material in which we are used in doing all this is called raffia itself. All this are raffia.
Okay.
What we take to do these bags are raffia. These shoes is made of raffia. So there was nothing made here that attract tourism to come in. So they nicknamed the place when they now established the local government, Ikot Ekpene Raffia City.
So why is Ikot Ekpene more like a center?
It's more like
for everything raffia.
Yes, it's more like a center because this product we are talking about here, and this place was established. People from different local government comes to settle down here because it was a kind of a first town that we were having.
So this Ikot Ekpene is the proximity of Ikot Ekpene is to which cities around?
Okay, we have a Kenan City, Calabar. Though Ikot Ekpene, before we were still with Cross River State. We later covered to Akwa Ibom State. I think that was 23 September, thereabout, or 23 September 1990. I think 1990. Over again, young Calabar we get 1987. Yeah. So from 87 we still continue. And before that time, this place have been already established. Before the First World War, this place have been there. And when we now have Ikot Ekpene Raffia, Ikot Ekpene local government, they picked because there was nothing that could know this place more than the Raffia City. So they picked the Raffia City. Rafia City. Now we have it.
Okay, so what are other towns, neighboring towns that are close to Ikorekpele?
We have place like Aba.
Okay, Aba is close here.
Aba is close here. We have our state capital is UYO. Then we have Umuahia.
Umuahia,
okay. Yes.
Okay, Umuahia is not so far from here.
It's not that far from here, yeah. When you take Umuahia, we have Umuahia Road there. We have places like, well, do I say about Port Harcourt is a bit far off. The people, when they want to buy, they normally come even from that Port Harcourt to do it and buy it and go back that same day. Yes.
Ikolabasi is historically remembered as an exchange point for slaves in the 1900s. Slaves were kept in a transit cell and were eventually traded and transacted like mere commodities by the colonial masters. I bet you understand what I'm talking about in the days of slave trade. Ikolabasi also houses the Amalgamation House, where Lord Frederick Lugard in the year 1914 reportedly signed the historical document merging the then Northern and Southern Protectorate into one entity, which is today known as Nigeria. In a place that is called the Amalgamation House, as you can see on your screen. Ikolabasi also houses the War Memorial Museum, containing paintings and sculptures of courageous women who died in the famous Aba riot. The famous Aba Women Memorial Grave close to the waterfront in Ikolabasi. Widely reported Aba riot actually didn't happen in Aba, but occurred in Ikolabasi, and a lot of women from the community called Ikolabasi lost their lives. Ikolabasi also houses the historic Bridge of No Return, as you can see on your screen. A 5-minute walking distance from Lord Lugard's house and built by the colonial master is called this Bridge of No Return. One thing that resonates with this Bridge of No Return back in the days, according to the locals that I spoke to, they said that the Bridge of No Return was used to move slaves into a waiting ship that would finally transport them abroad. In fact, the Bridge of No Return is also known as Point of No Return, and is also an existing reminder of the horrors of slave trade, of the slave trade era back in the days. It is known as the last point of discharge of slaves. They first discharge slaves there before they are moved to a smaller slave bunker with very little ventilation, and then the waiting slave ships finally save them away to slavery. The jetty, called this Point of No Return, also had 3 major underground holding compartments, more like an underground cell, where stubborn slaves were held. Although the compartment could only hold 30 people, it is alleged that the slave masters back in the days held at least 150 slaves at a given point in time in this compartment. What a pity. A beautiful city that you must always talk about when you mention the nature and when you mention the goodies that is synonymous to Akwa Ibom is Eket.
Alright, this is Uduakaha Jacob SNF roundabout here in Eket Town. Eket Town is one of the best kept secrets here in Akwa Ibom State, and I must tell you, this is a beautiful town. It's a small town where you have some of the oil exploration companies here. You have the mobile facility and just a whole lot of them, we had a fantastic time, you know, touring around Eket and bringing you some of the beautiful sceneries here. The road from here to UYO is also fantastic. It's just like about 40 or 45 minutes drive from here to UYO. One good thing about the people of Akwa Ibom State is the fact that their ingenuity knows no bounds. Tell you the truth, Akwa Ibom State is the destination that is yet untapped. Eket is a beautiful city, a small town that is peaceful. And to think that electricity here is stable is something that is, you know, that is also very, very, that gladdens my heart. The people here are happy people.
One popular thing that resonates with a lot of people when you talk about Oron is the popular Oron crayfish. Now, I visited Oron. I saw so many things that amazed me, so many things that are just simply amazing and breathtaking. Oron is a coastal city and the local government area in Akwa Ibom State, Nigeria. Oron is a coastal trade center for yams, cassava, fish, palm oil, and palm kernels. Natural resources found in the area also include oil, gas, and iron. Oron is most popular for its famous Oron crayfish, as I've mentioned before. Seafoods like fish, prawns, crabs, periwinkles, and many others which you can get at affordable prices.
Crayfish has become something more like an essential commodity. And during my time here in UYO or in Akwa Ibom State, I decided to take you around to, you know, a production site where they produce crayfish. This is Upana in Ibuno here in Akwa Ibom State. As you look at my surrounding, you can see that crayfish, these are where they produce crayfish, you know, where they get to pass through the process before it becomes that crayfish that everybody knows, everybody uses in their food, in cooking and all of that. So what do you do?
I do crayfish business.
Okay, so how exactly do you do the business?
This is my kitchen. As you can see, this is my kitchen. Under here is where we set fire.
Process of making crayfish, right? Okay, now averagely, so that means you get it like it's fresh. When you get it fresh,
when you get the crayfish fresh, you bring it here.
okay,
After measuring it from the water side, you bring it to the kitchen, and then the bike man that bring it here will throw it here on top of this mat. We call it a banda.
okay,
When you throw it, the workers would spray it. After spraying it, you now set fire. As you
Okay.
can see, this is where we normally set fire. That's the firewood. We set fire here. After that, we cover the sack half
okay,
so that it will allow the smoke to give the smoke space to go out. Because if you cover it down, it will dark the face
Darken
of
the
the
crayfish,
yes.
okay.
Now after that, when the smoke is off, you bring it down. Bringing it down will make it to, you will produce much heat for the
Okay.
crayfish to dry fast. Because if you don't cover here with this sack up here, the crayfish might not dry because the breeze will take the heat away from the crayfish.
So these crayfish that the fishermen actually bring to you, how do they get it? Is it they kill it themselves in this water?
Yes, not this water you see here close
Okay.
to the community.
Okay,
At least the boundary between Nigeria and Cameroon.
okay,
That's where they
go to
kill
kill
the
it.
crayfish with their nets inside the water. They not hook, they use nets to kill crayfish.
Okay,
So when they bring it, they sell it to us, and we now bring
Not
it here
process
to
it.
yes.
Fish market in Oron only opens on Saturdays and Wednesdays, where traders transact on seafood and other food produce that are transported to other parts of the country. In my next video, I'm going to be showing you the process of making the popular oron crayfish that you use in preparing your foods in this part of the world.
To Calabar. You can see the water from here. This side is the Akwa Ibom State. This side, the other side there is Calabar.
Oron people, or who are also known as Oro, are located primarily in southern Nigeria and the riverine area of Akwa Ibom State and Cross River State, as well as in Cameroon. The central Oron River bank has a popular jetty where boats are boarded to Calabar and Central Africa country called Cameroon and Gabon. Akwa Ibom State, the economy of the state is based on the production of crude oil and natural gas. Akwa Ibom produces the most oil than any state in the country. So, historically, Akwa Ibom is the first state to operate a state-owned airline. And Ibom Air is a commercial line owned by the state that has already celebrated 3 years of existence. And the state-owned airline is the first of its kind in Nigeria. It commenced flight operations on Friday, June 7, 2019, with an inaugural flight from UYO to Lagos. Ibom Airline has flown over 1.5 million passengers in about 22,000 flights that it has operated, and has come to be respected for its schedule reliability, on-time departures, and excellent flight services. Ibom Air, which has a fleet of 7 aircraft made up of 2 Airbus A220, A300 and 5 Bombardier CRJ 900, has won Nigeria's Airline of the Year twice in a row in 2020 and 2021 respectively. The largest petroleum and gas reserve in Nigeria is in Akwa Ibom. Akwa Ibom has the largest natural oil and gas reserve in Nigeria, and it also contributes to the largest chunk of the country's revenue earnings. The state produces about 504,000 barrels per day of oil, which represent about 31.4% of the country's total production capacity. The Nigerian economy relies heavily on crude oil, which accounts for more than 90% of our export and 20% of our workforce. In 2010, ExxonMobil, which is a joint venture JV partner of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC), announced the discovery of a rich gas condensate in its oil mining license OML 104, which is located offshore in Akwa Ibom. This discovery significantly increased Nigeria gas reserves. Akwa Ibom is one state that is blessed with a lot of natural resources, such that, you know, every state government in Nigeria must emulate the pattern in which Akwa Ibom is developing its tourism, so that we can actually harness the tourism capacity and opportunities that lie in this state. Subscribe to this channel and click on the bell notification sign beside the subscribe button so you'll be the first to get notifications when we drop new videos.